I've officially lost track of how many episodes we're actually in now, and we are still doing the runs. But today we're getting one of the really big pieces. So the platform that goes through the rotating room, and hopefully we're going to get all the panels. And it's getting on miserable weather, which for most people that would be probably a really bad thing. Like, oh, summer's gone. No, that means I get a bit spooky. So I'm in a really good mood, and that's either because of the bad weather, the fact that Halloween's getting closer, or the vast amount of caffeine that I've had. It's probably the caffeine. It probably is, you know. It's whatever. But yeah, let's go get this stuff, and we'll check back in when we've got the pieces. But construction's happening. We're going vertical. Squeak. Cool. Right then. This is the bit. It is the big bit. Well, maybe we'll take this as well. Right. Props and stuff back there. All the Wally stuff. Like, there is so much. My God, there is just so much. But this is the important bit. Let's get this done and we can start doing all the framing. Oh, and we've got some insulation. So hopefully we can start making some props or gravestones or stuff out of that. Yay! Oh, gravestone friend. Might actually start. These are the beams for the roof as well. So this is where like props hang off and things like that. So we might start doing that as well. Ooh, God, there's so much to do. So little time. Better get my butt working then. Cool. Okay, we're back. So we've managed to get the big bridge that goes across the rotating room and the posts that go straight up to make part of the roof structure for it. And also, careful not to do all that, we've got some of the mechanism for the room, some more posts for the workshop, and also these are all the segmented pieces for the room. This is literally every piece. So let's get it undone. I completely forgot how to English then. Let's get this done. Alright, there we go. Cool. All unloaded, nice and quick. So these are the roof beams that will go in here. That's the bridge. It's pretty big. But then, so this is how they're made. They are literally just 18mm ply, I think. I'm pretty sure it was 18mm ply. And then it's two stacked on top of each other. And it's kind of like a jigsaw piece. Every last one of them will have a label on, so I can match them up. I wrote glued as well, so I knew when I was assembling it which pieces were glued, which were not. We're going to change it up a little bit because we used wood screws before to hold everything, and I just feel like we can do a better job than that. Again, there's all the little marks still there. This was out pretty much all winter, so the one part, so some of them have like, that's A1, G1, they will equal up the ones for one side of the drum, so you've got two of these rings, and then there should some of them shouldn't have any. So I was going to do it like A2, but because it was coming down so quickly last year, we didn't have time. So the logic is one of them has numbers, one of them doesn't. So we should be able to discern through a process of elimination which pieces work, and each piece is identical. This went together using a jig, so every last piece is identical. I can't remember why that one's a bigger piece. It's just got more pieces. This is the join point, and it is the weak point of it. So this is all it's fixed by, and then another panel over there. So we are going to use bolts here this year. So yeah, that's cool. I think what we'll do is we'll get this piece here. This is a doorway. So doorway's still in. So that's there. So that just goes across and then meets up, overlaps here where there should be, he says, a hole. There's one hole there. Holy moly. Maybe it does go there. Yeah, that must be the hole for it because it's at an angle. So that's the hole. So everything is pre-drilled. So in theory, if I can find the holes, no comment, I'll be able to get everything all put in. So let's crack on with that, and I don't know, I guess we'll see where we're at. Okay, there we go. All the framing, but a lot of it, I know I didn't film it, I'm sorry, but I really didn't think there was a need to film any of this. It's simple, wall go up, screw wall in, dugger, done. This part, so this is where the ramp to the rotating room goes through. So that's where you go through. Here we are, right? Yeah, cool. Woo. Go that way, cool. So yeah, move this way up, and this is where the angle changes. So you come kind of straight here, and then this is where the angle gets turned, and you come across the room, and all of this will now become the structure because we can start pinning it in. But there we go, it's all up. We've got the beams to do at the top. Yeah, it's a little bit wobbly, bit wobble, but honestly, As far as it is, I'm pretty happy with that progress. We're going to do something completely different in here as well. So beforehand, you had a room, the lightning room here, and where that crack is pretty much is where the ramp started before. Well, I want the ramp to start over here this time. So I want more room, and I don't think I'm going to be splitting this side up because the wall came to about here, so it was pretty thin. And this is where we tried to do the airbags before, so it was somewhere around here. Probably see, there you go. This is where the pipe came down for the airbag, so it was here. But obviously we've got all this in here now, so that would completely take up too much of the room, and the airbag obviously can't go in now. So I need to find a way to disguise this as something, maybe a clock or something I can make a prop for. But other than that, that is it. Everything's packed up to the side. Oh, shouted. Coolio. Well, that is literally it for what I can show you today. We need to get all the other stuff out onto the garden now and start putting the... So the idea to stop it, I know I was thinking scaffolding, but I mean, I changed my mind like the weather. Thinking something like this. These are typically designed to go in concrete. So you set these in concrete, and I've been given a load of them. They are pretty soft, so if you're hammering them into soil, so it can be quite like rubbly here. This is kind of what happens. They do bend up really easy. Even if you use a piece of wood or anything, they are really quite soft. But I think if we can sink these in the ground, then they will allow the kind of, where is it, legs here. So I'm thinking if we can attach them onto this somehow, that sits in the ground, and then we've still got, like, I think even if we have just at least maybe a couple of inches of elevation, that's really going to save the ground more than anything. Because when this comes out, I don't want the ground to be ruined. That is not what I want. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do the past the rotating room and all the corridors where the show actually is. Outside of that, in the build area, I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. So again, we might revert back to that scaffold idea. But you know, this is how it all comes together. You know, you play around with a few ideas, you see what works, you see what doesn't work, and you learn from it. It's all a learning curve. So until then, I will see you next time, and yeah, in a bit.